Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're digging into a game that's really picking up steam right now, MEGABONK. It's a 3D survivors-like, and, well, our goal here is to figure out what it actually does differently. You know, what are the key twists?
Right. Is it just Vampire Survivors again, but like in 3D? Or is there something more substantial happening?
Exactly. And we've put in, about 15 hours, gotten through a decent chunk of the achievements, so we should have a pretty solid feel for it.
Yeah, I think so. And look, the basic loop is super familiar. You're running around, you get these massive hordes coming at you.
Auto-firing weapons, yeah, like
Right.
the revolver, missiles, that sort of thing.
Totally. But like you said, the big headline is the move to full 3D levels. That's the potential game changer.
Okay, but is that verticality, the jumping, is it really that impactful, or is it just kind of tacked on?
Well, you can jump, right? And then you get power-ups for double, triple, I think even quadruple jumps.
Yeah, you can get way up there.
Yeah.
And there's even an item that boosts your damage when you're in the air, so it wants you jumping a lot.
And that's why it's not just a gimmick, I think. It fundamentally changes how you manage risk. Because you have this vertical space now. And you also find these shrines scattered around. You can activate them to summon, like, tougher enemies, elite packs, even bosses, right in the middle of your run.
Oh, interesting. So you're sort of dialing up the difficulty yourself.
Exactly. You choose to take on more complexity for potentially better rewards. It makes you think strategically in a way that just moving left and right in 2D, well, it doesn't quite demand that.
Okay, that makes sense. And that strategy ties into the exploration too, right? Because these 3D levels aren't just flat plains.
No, definitely not.
You actually have to think about your route. It's not just about lasting 30 minutes anymore. You're actively hunting for the boss gate.
Right. You got to find that gate to summon the final boss.
And you have to do it before the timer runs out and these ghost things swarm the whole map. There's a real clock ticking.
And that clock feels even tighter because of how loot works. The map is just covered in stuff to find. Breakable pots, those shrines we mentioned, chests.
Yeah, loads of points of interest. Your power level feels really tied to how many of those you hit.
But here's the kicker I found really interesting. Chests cost gold. And the price keeps going up the longer the run goes on.
Constantly increasing. Okay,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, so it's not just about the enemies getting tougher minute by minute. You've got this internal economy in the run itself that's pushing back against you.
So you're constantly making this trade-off. Do I stop for this chest and maybe get a good power-up, or do I keep moving to stay efficient and save gold for later, potentially more expensive chests?
Precisely. It adds this whole other layer of resource management on top of just, dodging attacks. It's pretty clever.
So gold runs the individual session. What about the bigger picture, the meta progression?
Right. So outside of runs, you spend a different currency, silver.
Okay.
But here's the cool part, I thought. You can't just buy new characters or items whenever you want. You have to unlock the permission to buy them first.
How do you do that?
By completing specific objectives or achievements, usually themed around that character or item. So you kind of have to prove you understand it, or at least engage with its concept before you can permanently unlock it.
Huh. That makes unlocks feel more earned, I guess, not just grinding currency.
Yeah, exactly. And it encourages you to try things out. The character variety is pretty good too, even now. You've got Clank, this robot cowboy dude.
Right.
There's a skeleton on a skateboard, which is wild because he apparently does more damage the faster he's moving. Speed as a damage mechanic.
Whoa, okay.
And a ninja who automatically kills enemies if they miss him with an attack. Lots of neat ideas.
That sounds cool, but the content is still a bit limited overall, right? Only 2 main areas.
Yeah, currently just 2 levels, a speaky forest and a desert-type place.
Yeah.
They try to stretch it, though. Each one has 3 difficulty tiers that ramp things up significantly.
Gotcha. Okay, we got to talk about the humor. Or the theme, maybe.
Yes. The internet brain rot aesthetic.
Yeah. That's how our sources put it. Millennial and Gen Z internet stuff. Sometimes feels a bit like Tim and Eric cringe comedy.
It can be. You've got items spawning Borgars, spelled B-O-R-G-A-R-S.
Oh my god.
A boss named Scorpionosi. A power-up literally called Clap Cheeks. It's a lot.
It's definitely a choice, but is it intrusive? Does it get in the way?
Honestly, not really. It's very much its own layer. If you find it funny, great. If you think it's groaner-worthy,
which some of it definitely is.
Right. You can mostly just ignore it. The core gameplay is strong enough to stand on its own, thankfully.
Yeah.
The humor doesn't break the mechanics.
Okay, good. So, wrapping this up then, the takeaway for you listening seems to be that MEGABONK actually does justify that jump to 3D.
Yeah, I think so.
That focus on the jump button, the vertical space, and making you actually plan your route. It adds crucial new considerations. It definitely has that, okay, one more run pull.
Absolutely. That tension between exploring efficiently and dealing with that increasing chest cost, that's really its unique hook, I feel.
So here's something to chew on. Given how that chest cost keeps rising during a run, how does adding that kind of growing in-run economic pressure fundamentally change how you feel the time crunch compared to older Survivors likes where it was purely about the enemies getting stronger every minute?
Good question.
Okay.
Definitely something to think about. Until next time on The Deep Dive.